guys, welcome to Navy Life 101. I'm Petty Officer Griffin. So today we're going to be going over the top 5 myths about joining the Navy. These are some of the most common things I hear that need to be dispelled, and with that, let's get to it. Myth number 1, that the military is anything like movies or television. Military life is pretty much nothing like you've seen in the movies or on TV. From shows that over-glamorize it to where we're saluting everything that moves, to things that make it look like your average day is going to be a scene out of Rambo. It's just not based in reality. The average work week for your typical service member is going to be 0700 to probably 1600 Monday through Friday. You'll get weekends off unless you're on duty or something like that. If you're on deployment, you're going to have a watch schedule, obviously, but all in all, it's pretty close to what a civilian life would be like. If you want to find out more, a good resource would be going online. NavyDep.com, our website, is a great resource. We've got folks from all kinds of different rates, officer, enlisted, different pay grades that can tell you what it's actually like to be in the service and what the daily grind is typically like. But don't go and look at movies and television and think that that's actually based in reality. Myth number 2, that the military will take anybody. The military nowadays is much more selective than they used to be in the past. Gone are the days where you could screw up in the civilian world and just take your last resort option and go to the military. That's not how it works anymore at all. The military today is looking for people that are educated, have demonstrated good character, and basically just have their shit together. So it's not like you can go get in trouble and then it's like, oh, well, I can't do college anymore, or I'm about to go to jail, I guess I go to the military. That's not going to work like that. When you go talk to your recruiter, you need to treat it like a job interview. Present your best self, pretty much. Dress nice, talk in a professional manner, that kind of thing. Because it's not guaranteed just because you walked into the door that you're going to have a spot. And not only that, just because you want a certain job doesn't mean it's going to be the job that's going to be available and it's going to be what you get. You have to qualify for it. It has to be available. There's a lot of different things that go into it. So just walking into the door is not just going to guarantee you everything that you want to do. Myth number 3. The recruiter's only going to tell you what you want to hear. Look, college recruiters are going to do the exact same thing. They're going to tell you how great the academics are, how good their athletics are, how awesome the campus is. What they're not going to tell you is, oh, this is the crime rate in our area, or hey, this frat got banned recently for XYZ. Military recruiters are going to do the exact same thing. They're going to show you the highlight reel of what it is to be in the service. So that doesn't mean that they're outright lying to you, but they're going to paint the service in the best light that they possibly can, right? So if you have questions about anything, especially something that might be a touchy subject for you, just ask them. And if you can't ask your recruiter, you can go online and there's a huge myriad of places you can ask these questions. So don't go into it thinking that the recruiters are trying to lie to you just because they're not telling you all the bad things that can happen. That's not their job. Just go out, find the information, and if you can't find it, ask somebody, because I guarantee that information's already out there. Myth number 4. Deploying or going to war equals going to combat. Deployments and going into combat are two totally different things. They do have stuff to do with each other, but they're not one and the same. So if you're going on a deployment, obviously we got guys that are on the front lines, shooting the big guns, doing all that cool stuff. But we also need people fixing the planes. We need people ordering the parts. We need people doing the paperwork. All the support jobs that go into making the war machine work, pretty much, right? So just because you're deploying or you're going to a war zone or even to a combat zone or anything like that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to hand you a rifle, strap you up, and send you to the front lines. It doesn't work like that. If you're in a job that specifically does that, then yeah, absolutely, you should expect to be in some kind of combat role if that's what you joined to do and that's what your job does. Other than that, though, if you're a personnel man or something, obviously they're not going to hand you an M16 and send you out the gate. Myth number 5. But my recruiter said, nothing is real until you put it down on paper. Your recruiter may tell you, oh, you're going to make E3, or oh, people with this job make rank this way, or hey, we're going to give you a unicorn once you get out to the fleet. None of it matters until you actually get it down on paper. So when you get down to MEPS and you actually get your contract to say, hey, I'm going to sign up for this rate for this many years, blah, 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 take some time and go over it. Don't just blatantly sign whatever they give you, right? Actually take the time, read through your contract, and if you have questions, that's what they're there to answer, right? So don't just expect something to happen. Say, oh, well, this rate gets E3 out of boot camp. Well, is it in your contract, or do you have a documentation somewhere else that actually explicitly says that on paper? If not, it doesn't really matter. Hey guys, thanks for checking out our 5 myths about joining the military. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas for future videos, leave it in the comments section below. We'll be back with future videos. Thanks, I'm Petty Officer Griffin. We'll see you next time.